somewhat more so than that.
All right, history for C. Let's see. What's the name of our distress? Oh, perfect.
You want to start the recording? Or we just...
I already did.
Wow.
21 seconds in. Can't you see that?
I'm blind.
God, you're blind.
I just said that.
Okay.
This is true, actually. Actually, technically, I'm 1 point above the hearing aid level. The RB is not.
You're 1 point above a lot of things. Alright.
Good one.
Exactly.
That was a really good one.
What was the good one?
You said you're 1 point above a lot of things.
Oh, man. That was good.
All right, so we need to get Twilio, our app talking to Twilio, and the goal is to get a text message sent, right? So let's go to Twilio. What's up? Well, I'm on the internet, I think. All right. Let's sign up first. First name. Actually, do I already have a... I think I maybe already have one.
Been to enough hackathons.
Nailed it. All right.
Free number.
Getting started with programmable voice. I don't really want that. Do I already have phone numbers? Twilio phone number.
I think you needed to go back to that screen. Go back to that, yeah. Because you just that's where you get your first Twilio number.
Okay.
And then I think you
So
can use
configure
that.
your phone number. Friendly name.
That's odd.
Oh, here, get a number now.
Get your Twilio phone number.
Ready to remove? No, I don't want. Get your Twilio phone number.
It should give you like the first one for free, yeah.
Woot. Is that a good number?
Sure. I have a number in Indiana.
I'm so happy for you. Why does this say Jared Mayevsky?
Very
It says Mike
deep.
Lippin there.
This is a former student.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is it a sub account? Account name is that.
No, it literally says we are unable to create an account for you. So, that's bad for Twilio.
All right, whatever. So we'll do that. All right. Nailed it. Okay. So.
I think it was under products. You have to look. And then there's,
Programmable SMS.
that's what I looked under.
Okay, look at this. It's gonna be epic. All right, phone programmable dev. Go to getting started. Create a messaging service.
I believe you have to use the REST API.
Yeah, I think that's the.
REST API.
Send a message with the API Explorer. So let's test this first. 262. Say woot. Okay. Make request.
You have service in here for
That's
this
actually
message?
that's a good question. I have one.
One bar.
I have one bar.
Should be faster than that. This request costs money. You can find pricing information here.
Well, I don't know that I actually hit it the previous time, did I?
Yeah, you did. Is your card about to get charged?
Did you have to buy a number?
No.
You use your phone number as like the base, and then they give you one free one. It looks like they want you to pay for it, but you just click the like he did. You just click give me the number.
Who has good bars in here?
I have Sprint. So
Yeah, I have one bar.
All right. What's your phone number?
I have full 858 652 9139.
You just says no service now?
No, it says full service.
Oh.
Every bar.
$21.
Explore make API request from your browser. Must also post to at least one of the following parameters. I posted to a body, right? Still nothing?
Still nothing.
Yeah, see, I don't think we actually have to set up a server. I mean, I think you just call the API Twilio accounts blah 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 messages JSON, and it should send whatever message you need to check out the.
I think that costs money though. See below it, no, this request costs money. So I think it's the server. You have to set up your own server if you want to do it for free. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and I think the request does cost money if you're not using your free.
Oh, the free numbers, yeah.
Oh, I know what the problem is. Actually, hold on. I think it should only work on my phone because I think I have to have my phone number set up in here. Let's see what phone number we have working in this. Now I kind of remember. When you set up, you have to put in a phone number. And you can only send texts to that phone number. And I'm guessing that since this thing said Jared Mayevsky on it, I probably set it up with his phone number.
Add phone number. Oh. Click on your hit cancel. Go up where that is. Click on your name right there. And then add phone number. You haven't set up the phone number at all.
$328. All right, so I can get a message at least. 523. Verify. I understand.
I think that might just be for account.
Write it down and keep it safe.
So immediately forget it.
Well, it's on the video, so
I guess that's true. Good call. Was the whole thing on the video though?
paste it once and it'll be good. Just paste it right there and then delete it immediately.
I think that means that anybody that has the code could get access to the account.
Checks like that.
Probably.
Yeah, you're right. Oh well.
Yeah.
It's not like you just had your parse API key right there.
We're fine. We're fine. Okay, so create a messaging service. So now I should be able to. Actually, hold on. Let's send a message first just to test it. Woot. Make request. Come on. Oh, here.
No, it's because you have no money in your account. I just did it on mine. It came through quick. like right away.
Well, hold on. It says
Did you put money in?
no. This is the problem. It
I
says
got $25 free at the last second.
unverified number. The number blah is unverified. Okay. Trial accounts cannot send messages to unverified numbers. Verify. Okay. So I need to go here. Verified. So I think you can test on that one number. That's the problem. Yeah, that's another. Delete number. Verify first number. There we go. Twilio is calling.
Please enter your 6-digit validation code.
Mine worked.
You have successfully validated your phone number.
Oops.
You may now use.
Oh, I already did mine.
All right, now I should be able to. Or because I deleted that number, do I no longer have a phone number? Get your first Twilio number. Perfect, love that one. It's my new favorite number. Yeah, the reason I had that set up before is I had used this for a. Oh, that's fine. So I already have a number. That's cool. I'd used it for another application I had written. And that application, I was testing it by sending it to one of my former students, Jared. So that was his number in there. All right, so we're here. Actually, I just go back here. Now I can make that request. Yep, got it. Woot. All right. Funny thing is, it came to the watch before it came to the phone.
No, this request costs money.
That's the whole thing, is when it's just the test number, I can't spam SMS people. I could send messages to that one person. All right, so this is correct. So here we can look at the code for creating this. Okay, this should be no big deal. You don't have to create a server.
Library for Twilio?
Huh? There's a CocoaPods one. We're good.
Why doesn't it have
Just relax. Oh, well, it's because they just didn't give you the Swift stuff directly, but we don't need that. We have the
Actually,
RESTful API
That
call.
request does cost money.
I don't have any money on my account, so it doesn't cost any money.
Sure.
I'm telling you, you're allowed to send it to your free. You're allowed to send it to just your account, just your number.
That's what I just did. It cost me a penny.
Well, you're
I
an
got a
idiot.
trial account.
Maybe that's the thing, is maybe if you put money on there, maybe it's no longer a trial account.
It was free money, so.
So maybe that's it. It's no longer flagged as a trial account. All right, so let's go ahead and we need to set this up. So we're gonna do. Let's see, what is it? Alamo Fire. Well, here, I'll do what you guys probably should have done, and that is REST API call Swift, and it's probably going to show up Alamo Fire as one of these guys in here. How to call REST APIs with Alamo Fire and Swift. Okay. The reason I chose Alamo Fire is because it's on CocoaPods. How to get install, getting an API key, we don't need that. Get the basic REST API networking call working. Okay, so there's Alamo Fire. So let's go ahead to our Cocoa pod file. All right, so we're going to do pod Alamo Fire. I think it's like that. Let's just confirm that real quick.
Wait, so what's that Alamo Fire doing? Making a call to the...
It's a network library. You don't absolutely need it, but if you want to make a remote, like a post request over the internet using Swift, if you use Swift's built-in networking tools, it's kind of wonky. There's the two popular libraries for doing it are AF networking, which is kind of an industry standard, and more recently, Alamo Fire is a Swift implementation of AF networking. You can actually embed AF networking is written in Objective-C. You can embed an Objective-C library into Swift.
Do the import like bridge header thing?
Yeah, you can do that, and actually I do that relatively often because one of the courses I mentor does it that way. But Alamo Fire is one that's actually written in Swift, so that would probably be the better Swift one. So let me just, and it's also in, so it's a lowercase f. No E on what?
At the top.
I haven't finished typing it. That was my search bar. Okay, so we'll save that. Let's go do a pod update. All right, so now we have that guy, and now let's go ahead and somewhere make that call. Should we do it inside of maybe view did load of our login page for right now? Pods, frameworks. Oh, there, now it built. It hadn't finished bringing Alamo Fire in. Okay, so I have that. Let's go back to this guy for REST API call with Alamo Fire. So here's our GET request. And are we doing a GET or a POST from? Here's our Twilio. 8. Just look at curl. Curl, this is something I could actually type this out if I just grab this right here and I come out to the terminal and I paste that in. That should send the message to my phone or to my watch. So curl is a Unix. Yeah, there's the.
Curl or is it CURL?
Well, I always say curl. I don't know. At the very least, somewhere a long time ago, they called it curl.
Oh, the C is lowercase, isn't it? Everything else is.
Oh.
What does it even stand for?
Maybe create URL or something. Here, man, curl. Transfer URL.
It's just now curl. There's no.
I don't know. But in any case, so when you look at a curl post like this, let me blow this up a little bit. This is kind of showing us what we need to do to make this call. We need to do an HTTP post request. So not a GET, a post. This is what we're posting to. And messages JSON, so that's what we're posting to. Then we have to give it some additional piece of information, a to field, a from field, and then a body. And then we also, these are headers. We need to give it those two pieces of information.
So actually for C as an SEE URL. It's C URL.
Okay.
So it's like C.
Oh, but
C.
it's supposed to be.
Now I could down the letters.
I get it.
That's stupid.
Okay.
Not happy with that.
Okay, so that's a -U. Okay, so let's go in and this is showing us dealing with collections. Let's say Alamo Fire post request. This is showing us the Alamo Fire thing on GitHub. requirements. And what version of Alamo Fire did we get? 3 point something? 3.1. Okay. So it's a migration guide. Usage. Alamo Fire request. All right, but we need to give it okay, so here is a post, and we can set up some parameters, and the parameters we need to send this guy are to from body. Those are the parameters. So this is our URL. All right, so let's start building this.
What's the dash U thing?
That's our header information for our keys. Because if we look back here, we see that this guy down here, we have a public key, and then this is what do they call this? Auth token. So these two pieces of information. So if we come out here, we do curl -h, the -u on there. So lowercase u, curl -u requires a parameter. That's fine. Oh, here, user : password, server user and password information. So that's what the -u is. So we need to be able to send a user and password. Usually it's done in the header. Let's get the rest of the parameters in first, though. So we'll go ahead and inside of viewDidLoad here of our login VC, we'll go ahead and create a array for our parameters. And we have a couple of parameters here. We have that we need to send. We need to send a to, a from, and a body. So to is going to be my phone number, which I probably can remember. From is going to be that guy. All right, so to is from and then body, we'll say woot. Like that. So that's going to be our parameters. And then we'll go ahead and steal this code. All right, and the URL we're sending it to is this guy. Okay, and then we're passing the parameters, we're passing the encoding, but how do I give a username and password? Alamo Fire username and password. So it doesn't look like those were header information. Let's reverse. Okay, we got to do a. So we do a request and then we do a .authenticate off of that. Okay. And then we give it the username, which is this guy. And we give it the password, which is this guy. Okay, and that should do it, I think. Does that actually make the full request?
So this isn't really using the Twilio API, it's using the Alamo Fire API to...
Well, it's using Alamo Fire, which is the networking API, to talk to the Twilio API.
But it's not using the Twilio SDK.
Sure it is. Oh, I get what you're
So
saying.
we wouldn't even need to...
I do get what you're saying. We might not have had to use this. Let me test this first. I didn't even think because they didn't document the Twilio SDK. But yes, the short answer is yes. We're not using the Twilio SDK at all. We're just talking to Twilio's API using this. So let's go ahead and run this. I think this should send me a text. And then we'll look at the Twilio SDK. So once we get to the login page, here it should have already sent that. So let's see if I get my text. Didn't get it yet. This is the headers, in case we have to do the headers differently. With response, do we get a... Just print that. Try to do the request and we'll print any response we get. This is in login VC. We are getting here, aren't we? I'm making all sorts of assumptions. Yeah, we are. Alright, so jump over that. Let me try something here. Import Twilio.
Is the request actually sending the request, or is it just building it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it acts like it should be sending it.
Right, but
Well, let's see what, since this isn't doing anything, let's see what things that we can do with it. Turn that off. Dot. Is there like a fire or?
Process.
Seems like it.
Does you authenticate what you want for the user?
Yeah, I mean, at least that's what it acts like. So that's going to be the username and password. Unless those headers are different than that. Let's try that. Let's go into this guy. So we have from to body. And then we have account SID and auth token. Okay, those are different kinds of animals there. So maybe it's not a normal.
Well, the way.
Oh, that's using their actual.
If it works for the actual curl and command line, you think that should work for. Because you're setting the username and the password.
Right, but it might not be doing normal authentication. So.
Well, the point is that if it works for the command line curl, then it should work for that.
Username, password. Pack up the username and password in an NSURL credential. Yeah, HTTP header authentication. This is kind of what I think I wanted. Group ID. Okay, I think I got this. So this is actually account SID is equal to and the second thing is auth token is equal to.
You didn't do that with curl, right?
Correct. Let's see what that does. Request. Let's see what else we get here. I'm not getting like any error messages here from Alamo Fire. Like,
Well, then you should get a response, right?
well, it's fine if I'm not going to get a response, but I need to be able to see the error message I'm getting, like we got on that other screen. So let's do this. But we shouldn't actually have to use this. Twilio client. .h. Okay, so this guy is the Twilio thing is an Objective-C library.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I did the file bridging thing and was able to get the TC device, TC connection, all that stuff.
Okay, I get it.
The lost path thing.
All right, so
The validate looks fun.
let's see. Do we need to give it JSON parameters? Back to curl. This is a URL encode. We're assuming the encoding was JSON. URL encode and URL.
Is the authenticate just supposed to be?
So with that in mind, maybe take these guys back out. So I'm guessing we need those. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's fine. I'm guessing we need those if we are building our own header.
We're not printing anything out.
No, I'm just waiting for a text message.
I imagine you can have like 15 spam.
You swear.
Oh, got it. All right, so it's normal URL encoding, this guy. So now I should be able to, just so we know the message is, this is a new message.
Thanks.
All right, so
Just got my last part working for $4.90. I was hoping to get working.
yep, this is a new message. So it's now talking through that, but so now what's interesting then is I told you to use the Twilio SDK. How the heck was that guy supposed to work?
No.
That's a good question. So see, you were using the Alamo.
I just talked directly.
Yeah.
See, Twilio has a RESTful API. And the API, that's agnostic to an SDK. So you don't need to have an SDK to talk to Twilio's API. We did it from the terminal command line using curl. But they build SDKs for various languages to make life easier. So presumably it would be easier to talk to it with Twilio's SDK. Is that documented anywhere?
Are they just essentially wrapping
I did-
RESTful call and SDK?
Well, even if they are, they're doing what we just did, but behind the scenes. So presumably you would make like a Twilio communication object and add your auth ID and those things, and then send your message and to and from, and then hit send, and it just would magically do what we just did behind the scenes. So, having said that, which thing are we on right now? Swift Adventure, okay. just look at their SDK here. I want to see how it works.
Yeah, you're gonna do the bridge header thing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's just because this is an Objective-C library that we're working in. So it's okay. So this is JavaScript. So this is Node.js stuff down here.
Yeah, this is the tutorial that I was trying to follow.
Yeah.
And there was all that stuff. This is where I gathered that I thought I needed a server, because it tells you to ask the server that you create for a compatibility token, or capability token. There it is.
Well, which is actually a good thing when you actually put an app in the market.
Yeah, but for testing purposes, it's.
Oh, well, I'm not saying it's.
Yeah.
What? You don't want people making direct calls.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to import Alamo Fire inside of our phone core guy there. And then we'll go into login VC, and we are going to steal those couple of guys right there. And we'll go into phone core, and we're going to give ourselves a nice little function here, static func send SMS to string and then message string like that. We'll paste this stuff in there. We're going to replace 2 with 2, and we'll replace body with message. The rest of it will stay the same. And now inside of a login VC, we should be able to do a phone core dot, is it, I just wrote it, what's it called? Send SMS. And this guy takes in a 2. Yeah, that's a good question. All right, let's just do a quick build here. All right. Phone core dot send SMS to 262.353.6205, which is the only phone number I can send it to with my account. Then message is, this is another test. Now I should be able to launch this. It should run it from there. I should get a message here in a second. There it is. Okay. So now the guy knows how to send a message. So what we'll do here then is the homework assignment for today was supposed to be what? Click on various things to make it like you would click on a thing and it would send that message to it. So let's roll that over to make that do for Friday. We won't use the Twilio SDK. Instead, you can do it with my phone core function I just gave you. But set up your own Twilio account and come in here and update your username and password for that. That way it's sending to your phone number from Twilio. And just for the sake of argument here, I'll dump. Yeah, just.
His like phone falls off.
It's like, why do I keep getting these text messages? And they just have profanity all over them.
Distress.
I've been tampered with. All right, so I'll go ahead and commit this to. So we'll say Twilio working.
Actually, a good thing.
We'll push to remote. Okay, and I will update the due date for it so it won't show up as it being turned in late. Sound good? All right, I'll see everybody on Friday.